It's like there's supposed to be just certain things that, like, oh, he's half a second, he's about to drop 3 rounds. What? That doesn't make sense.
Quick one, because it's been going crazy. I don't know why it's been going crazy. Some of the draft combine stuff has been coming out.
Yeah.
The draft combine stuff is coming out. Want to hit you with a few things,
Okay.
just so you can get quick reactions. Okay, Darren Peterson said, "Hey guys, I'm a point guard."
Period.
You're,
Period.
oh, we're okay with that.
Put the ball in his hands, let him do his thing. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Like, listen, let's just be honest here. You're talking about a kid who played half the game, averaged what again? See, y'all paying attention to the shit that I'm supposed to be paying attention to. He's playing half the game, averaging about 20 points a game. So if he did play normal minutes, he would have led the country in scoring. Easy. What are we talking about here? Nobody stopped him. The crams. Most likely, he was probably taking a supplement to gain muscle. Most likely, what? Probably creatine or some shit.
That's what he said. He said,
Oh, he did?
they figured it out. It was, yeah, they said it was a,
Oh yeah, like
creatine.
when I was trying to take creatine in high school, it's gonna suck all the water out of the body, so they're gonna cramp easy. So that makes sense. So his cramping stopped him. It was no defense out there. So you talking about a guy who is a professional. You can see it in his movement. You can see in how he talks and how he carries himself, right? Nothing against AJ, but I believe since the Wizards got the #1 pick, the city loves guards. Go on and get him. I know you got Trae Young over there. Hey, you can put him at the 1-2. It don't matter. But listen, you can't pass on him. AJ, we know where he wants to be. We know the team he wants to be. So this ain't about Wizards should take him. We know he wants to be in Utah. If Utah had the #1 pick, he's going #1. If he has the #2 pick, he's going to go #2. All right, so, at the end of the day, if Washington can leverage some picks and some players out of Utah for the #1 pick, go on and do that. Boston did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I can tell you right now, there's going to be a lot of kids dropping in that combine.
Well, so that's what I wanted to ask you. Numbers are being thrown all over the place, right? 42-inch vertical from AJ. Cam Boozer, 35-inch vertical.
Makes sense.
And so, but they
That's what I
compared
heard.
that to an NFL lineman who was also a part of the draft. He's 6'5", 320. The lineman had a 36.5-inch vertical. Some of these guys are missing shots. Some of these shuttle cone times is bad. I want to ask you, what are we supposed to be getting from the combine? Like, what are we supposed to be taking away from it?
Yeah, I don't like the combine, and it's not as bad as football, which that combine seems to be stupid to me because running straight is nothing you do. You don't run straight in the NFL. So, it's like there's supposed to be just certain things that, like, oh, he's half a second, he's about to drop 3 rounds. What? That doesn't make sense. So when you're talking about basketball, right, this is what you really have to pay attention to. 6'10" with a 35, right? Okay, so that means can he lift off the ground, gets the rebound? Like, what is his attribute when he's down low? Like, what is his skill level? What is the raw talent of it, right? Strength doesn't matter ever since Kevin Durant, right? He proved that being strong really does not factor when you have skill. So for a guard, you don't want to have a 2K build, meaning I'm 6'6", with a 6'6" wingspan or a 6'7" wingspan, you're gonna drop. That means you built like this. you built like this. You are considered a T-Rex. So if you were supposed to be a top 5 pick or top 10 pick and you're a guard and your measurements is about 6'4" and then 6'5", 6'6", then 6, you're gonna lose a lot of points because of that, because they understand that length is more important. Every inch matters. So they're going to be looking for guys that got 6'5" with the 6'8", the 6'9", 6'10" wingspans, right? 6'11" or 6'9" with the 7-foot wingspan, right? Add that with your jumping ability. Cone drills, that's irrelevant, right? It kind of gives you a baseline of how fast someone can get across the lane, but actually, at the end of the day, none of that really matters, right? Because I don't know what Luka's or Jokic's, shuttle drill time was, but I could tell you it wasn't fucking fast. So right now you're looking for guys who have length, right? That's what happened to Amadi Bates, right? Hands wasn't big enough, so they didn't think that he will have an advantage in his position, right? And also position. What position are you? Right? If you're 6'5", 6'4.5" without your shoes, meaning you're about 6'6", 6.5", 6'7", with your shoes playing point guard, you have an advantage there. Right? If you're 6'2" with the 6'4", right? Are you Derrick Rose? Meaning, do you get off the ground? Are you very fast, right? There's certain attributes you need to have with certain positions so it doesn't hurt you in a combine. So I mean, I can see, if AJ got a 42.
42, that's what they say, yeah.
Ooh.
Cool.
Right. Right. That's. I mean, listen, and I don't mean to be biased, but when I watched all these kids at McDonald's, just off of what I'm looking at, right? AJ stood out. AP stood out. Nate stood out to me, right? Like I would get fired drafting Nate, right? If he don't pan out. But one thing I won't do, I'm not gonna pass on a 6'11" who's still growing, so he's gonna end up being 7 foot, who can dribble, pass, shoot, create his own shot. I can't pass on that. You can't teach what he has, right? It's either you're gonna pull out his greatness or he's gonna be like a 13 to 17 points a game, 9 rebounds, 5 assists type of career. Or he can be a Kevin Durant and dominate the game, right? I don't know if he's just a flat out natural scorer like Kevin Durant, but he has all the attributes to be that type of, to have that lane, right? So I don't know if I pass on someone like that. The kid from North Carolina, I don't know if I pass on him, right? If Washington took him number 1, that's a great pick. You don't fail with that because it looks like he can play the 3, 4, or 5, right? You can play small ball and have him at the 4 or 5 and you're still big ball, right? So he stands out. His skills is like that. AJ, you know what you're getting. So long as you put him in the right system, he will thrive. Boozer, you know what you got. You're gonna have a double-double guy, right? Being not as athletic as you will want, I don't know if that's gonna hurt him in a combine, but he's a proven winner, right? And if you're talking about some guy who can just flat out win, you take him, right? Utah, if AJ, to be honest, it could go like this. If Washington takes AJ, then Utah will probably take you could take Boozer and just give you that extra, locker room guy, that guy that can get double, and his father played there, and that's family tradition over there. Be a very big team. You can go and take kid from North Carolina, and then marketing JJJ and him in your 3, 4, 5. That's a whole different fucking team. You can go AP, put him at the two, right? And
DP,
y'all,
DP, DP.
I'm sorry, DP, and put him at the two. I'm thinking about that Audemars watch. I mean, that
Oh
AP
my
watch. Yeah,
God.
yeah. I'm thinking about the ones today. So yeah, you take DP, put him at the two, but he wants the ball. He needs the ball. That's the type of player he is. So there's going to be some trading down and trading ups and stuff like that. So we'll see who has the basketball mind to make the right decisions. But there are busts. There are busts in this mix, but they're going to be bust because of the team they're being drafted to, not because of the skill. All these kids in this draft in the top 10 is skilled, but there is some fool's gold in here unless they get put in the right system.
Yeah. What you know, I somehow found your draft combine stuff. 6'2" with no shoes.
6'4" with shoes.
Oh, whoa, wait.
Just
6'3" with shoes.
because I was wearing Chucks.
Six
Stop
two.
playing with me.
No, but the reason why I say that the 6'2" with shoes makes sense because when I saw you, we were the same.
Right. Right. Yeah, no, 6'2". Then with them basketball shoes on, I'm 6'4", but I had on Chucks. See, I didn't know that all that was actually important back then.
Why are you still doing this?
Because I would have worn some motherfucking Tim boots, been 6'6". I would have worn Timmys.
Okay, let's do this. All right, Gil. Lakers
Now,
lose.
what else did you see in there?
What do you
What? I
you,
don't know. Just
you were
hide
you
out there. Huh?
you
What was
were
the bench press? Huh?
you were 199
Woo!
and you had a 6'10" wingspan, which is good.
Huh?
Which is good.
Huh? Boom! You see what I'm saying? You see that's how I know what they're looking for. But that's more of a thing now than it was back then. Right? They don't want this. They don't want they blue, them easy inches, baby. Come on,